Hi guys, welcome to the Cloud 4 Academy. We are going to integrate cloud hosted Couchbase cache with the Node.js. Let's get into the session, guys. Thank you. Hi guys, we are going to uh, integrate Couchbase cache with Node.js, right? So cache can be used in multiple use cases when you are calling to database and database call each and every time. We can keep it in the cache. First time we can call the DB, and then we can second time we can keep it in the cache. So further calls we can retrieve from the cache instead of calling the database, right? So this will reduce the overall performance of the application and performance of the APIs as well, right? So if there is any external calls which we need to make it right frequently, then we can keep it in the cache, and then we can retrieve once we call the external service, and then keep the data into the cache, and further calls we can get it from the cache instead of calling the external service each and every time, right? So this will reduce the latency, and it will improve the performance of the application, right? Like that, cache can be used in multiple layers: in presentation layer, business layer, and database access layer, right? All these layers we can use the cache. So Couchbase is a NoSQL database which will use to cache the data, right? So we can see that how we can integrate the Couchbase, cloud hosted Couchbase with Node.js, right? So first we need to create Couchbase cache login. You can type Couchbase cache login. I'm going to use cloud hosted Couchbase. So type Couchbase cache login, and then go to second link, and then sign in. So you can use the Google account. So I'm using my Gmail account and login. So I logged in, and it's going to deploy 30-day free trial. You can use it AWS, Google Cloud, Azure, or anything you can use. I'm using, let's say, AWS. I'm clicking that, and then deploy now. It will take some time to deploy that, and then it will deploy it will reserve the space, right? It will reserve the space for our uh, changes, right? So it will be we have to create a project. The project had to be deployed any of the cloud service. So I choose to AWS provider, and it is deploying that, right? So it will allocate the space for us. So whenever we are storing the cache, right? So we have to create a tables structure, and then it will be stored, right? For that it will reserve the space, and it will create a cluster node. Let's wait, it takes some time. Yeah, now it's healthy, so it's deployed, so that the cluster is set up for in Couchbase in AWS, and we can click the projects. If you go to projects, we can create databases. Already one database is there, I think, so we can create database. Database is already created, so you can ignore it. Database is already deployed, so this is IP. So another thing is we have to create a login, right? We need to use ready password, so we need to set that. Click settings, come down, scroll down, project is there, databases, plus one second, settings. Go here, right click, and click settings, and then what we have to do is we have to database is created, trial cluster database name you can give, in any name you can give, like cloud for academy DB. I'm giving cloud for academy DB. Save it, and database is saved, and then we have to create bucket. So bucket, we have to create a bucket, create new bucket. Bucket is already there, you can create a bucket. Bucket name is cloud bucket. You can create cloud bucket and create bucket will be created, right? So there are two buckets are there. If you want to delete, you can delete these buckets. I click and then delete, type delete. I deleted, and cloud buckets, and then allowed IP address. Scroll down, this is very important. Allowed IP address means if you are calling Node.js from local, it has to whitelisted IP address needs to be whitelisted. So you can give allowed IP address like you can give 0.0 any IP you can allow, so that otherwise we need to use the SSL certificates and all to connect the cloud hosted Couchbase cache. So instead of the directly calling, we have to allow the 0.0 any IP to this server. But this should not be in production, but since it's a dev environment, local, I have added like this 0.000 any API, any environment can call this, right? Allowed API 0.0, this is very important. We have added, right? So allowed IP we added, and then database access. Click database access on the below. Create database access. Click create database access. So we have to create we have to create credentials. So credentials, you can give like this credentials only, but all another credentials are already there. So read write, and credential is we can welcome 1 2 3. So this is credential already there, so you can copy this credential. Copy this credential, and then password is welcome 1 2 3. I think this is, I think we have to create bucket level access, create database access. I think we can create another one that is better. Database access, create database access. So you can give any name. Actually we'll give like cloud demo db, cloud demo db, and I know this user id, and then welcome at 1 2 3. That we can give welcome at 1 2 3. We can give that. This is a password. Welcome at 1 2 3. Select bucket, all buckets, scope, all scope, and create database access. So that will be saved. So that is a credential we have to use, right? So while accessing that, we need to use that. Right now we created the user ID, password, credential, and allowed IP address. Database using the database access. Click database access, and then we created the credential, and then to access this and allowed IP address, we are allowed 0.0 this IP address, and then we can go to buckets. If you want to create any data, we can create it. Click here, click bucket. I click the bucket, so bucket was clicked. So I'm going to click connect. So you need to get the connection string. So this is the connection string. You can copy the connection string. You can copy the connection string. So this is the connection string. Connection string I copied. Connection string and allowed IP address, and that's it. And then so this is the way we have to connect. They could give the example how to connect, and once you have done it, so I'm just trying to API service. I click the data tools document is coming, and select the bucket name, select the bucket, cloud bucket, and scope. You can use default scope. Collection, you can create a collection name, document name. Collection name is demo cloud 4 collection. You can note this collection name. Sorry, collection name demo cloud 4 collection. Copy, save the document. Right, this is a document collection name. So collection name, this URL, this is a credential, credentials. So we have noted, I have noted separately. So now get documents. If I click get documents, there are one document, there are no items are there. If you want to create documents, you can collection
bucket, get documents, document ID, query. You can go to query, select scope. We have to create a document like this. That's not a way. Create document. No, we have to create a collection. Create this bucket name, scope can be default, and collection name you can give demo db cloud, this is a collection name. Sorry, I just only given collection name. This is a collection name, and save it, create it. It will create a collection. Once created a collection, get documents. If you go to query, run, there are no documents, right? Yeah, there are no documents. If you want to create, you can create the documents. Create documents, give the name, ID of the document, doc 1100, and you can give anything like for example product, kids, like kids clothes, JSON there, and then price you can give $1,000. You can save it, save the document. So document will be saved. So now created a document, right? Document is created, collection, demo, and get documents. It will give one documents you should come. So I think bucket query, we can go to query bucket default scope, can run it, success, creating hello documents, clicking documents, stored one documents. If I click retry get documents, one documents was there, but since it's a trial version, I think you cannot view that now. So one document, now document count is 1 it is showing, right? If you want to create another document, you can create 0 1, can give with this JSON, and you can save this. Now get documents 2, right? 2 documents are there, right? So now we have done the setup in Couchbase cloud hosted, and we are going to connect using Node.js, right? So install Node.js. We have to download the Visual Studio. So I mentioned my previous video, Visual Studio downloads, Visual Studio. Yeah, you can download that Windows version, and then we will get the console like this, Visual Studio, and I close everything, existing data. So I have already created a project, so Couchbase. So Couchbase project I have already created. So Couchbase module is Couchbase module. This is a module we need, and then I'm going to create an asynchronous function. This is a very simple and basic function. Just giving the URL of the Couchbase, which we copied, right? So the Couchbase URL, right? Connect that Couchbase. You will get like this. If I go here, Couchbase connect. If you give connect, click connect, you will get the URL, right? And then if I go to database, and then click settings, and then database access, click database access, you'll get the credential, right? You'll get the credential. This is a password, and I already copied, right? So this password we have to give here, username, and password is this welcome at 123. So this is to connect the Couchbase cloud hosted, right? So we have given the URL and the asynchronous function and bucket name. We have to copy the bucket name. We can go here, the data tools, buckets, we can go to database, and then click this, data tools, buckets, cloud bucket, cloud, this is a bucket name, right? Cloud bucket, you can give cloud already there, cloud bucket, and scope is what is scope we are not created, right? Default scope like default, and collection name we are noted it, right? This is a collection name, custom collection name we have created. You can use this collection name, and so offset collection, here collection dot, we are just storing this key value, and then we are retrieving this, right? Get academy, this it will retrieve the cache, so cache content will display, right? So this is very simple, right? Simple API, accessing the Couchbase, and then accessing the bucket, creating the bucket object, and then scope, from the scope accessing the collection, and we are inserting this key value, and then we are just retrieving that collection. So this collection will return all the keys with the data, right? So we have to go to view and run terminals. We have to come here, terminal, and we have to install we have to install npm, right? Npm install, or npm init -y we have to give. So this is the one we have to give first, and then npm install express, we have to install the express, sorry, clear, npm express install, I guess, express install, yeah, npm express install unknown command express, npm install express, yeah, we have to give like this, npm install express we have to install, and then we have to npm install and Couchbase is already installed, but still once again we will show that. So we have installed now, so I'm just calling node couchbase.js, this file name I'm calling. So let us see, it's calling, so yeah, see, it's connecting to the Couchbase and it's giving success, it is success, and it displaying the key. If I go here and check that document, already 2 are there, you can retrieve it, it will be 2 documents, right? So but we cannot view that. So Couchbase, you can see the logs, right? It is going to insert into this cloud demo db cloud collection, and then it is retrieving that wait.collection.get academy, it's using academy, sorry, this is an academy bar, demo cloud call.get academy. Okay, just hold on, I'm going to recreate the bucket, new bucket, let's say bucket demo bucket, and scope I'm creating demo bucket, yes, scope demo bucket cl collection, I'm giving like this, create it, so I think it's created, right? Unable to process request provided by the request replica account is not supported, based on the request account replica account. We have to connect the replica account to account 10, I put it 100 only. So just go, okay, once again, I'm just checking any option to delete that. Let me I think the access, database access, I only read only access I given, so I just change it to the read write and save it, and so now I think it will work. So if you go to here, if you go to buckets again, click buckets, and now click buckets. If you click the buckets, it will go there. Here data tools, click data tools, and here bucket name, you can give demo bucket. These are the bucket name and scope and collection. Cloud, I have changed it. If you want to create new bucket scope and collection, you can create. Set new and new, you can create it, right? I have already created. So now I saved it. I'm going to Node.js. I have already updated the bucket name, scope name, and collection name, right? I stored this, and let me check that. I'm just going to remove this value, save it, and clear. And then I'm just going to Couchbase running. Yeah, it's running success. Now I'm going to Couchbase. How many documents? Yeah, 1 documents are there, right? Demo spec special fo underscore bar, fo sorry colon bar is stored, right? Couchbase. These values are coming. This cached. Now this value is cached. If I delete it, let's say I delete it, delete. I'm going to get documents, nothing is there, right? If I run Node.js again, this will automatically run that and will cache that. See, it's running cached. So now if I go to get documents, 1 documents are stored. See, Thomas code special is code. So this is how we have to cache the data in Node.js. In Couchbase, we have to create this account, and then we have to create account, and then we have to create bucket and scope, and then collection, and then we can map this connect URL. You can map the connection string, and then give the connection string here in the Node.js, and use ready password to database access. We have to create that, and this is buckets creation and everything, and then it will connect the Couchbase and it will return the data. That's all the demo. Thank you for watching and listening. We are looking forward to join our group for a